What you don't know about Jeremy Renner getting fired from the MCU. Jeremy Renner, better known as Hawkeye, has lately been involved in a slew of legal issues. Jeremy Renner has been sacked by Marvel. People are already yelling that Jeremy Renner's divorce case will be heard shortly, further complicating matters for Marvel's Hawkeye. After his divorce from ex-wife, Jeremy Renner sacked from his Hawkeye role. If that's the case, why did Jeremy Renner lose his Hawkeye role? There has been an ongoing custody fight between Jeremy Renner and his child, which does not bode well for Hawkeye, who is portrayed by Jeremy Renner. In this video, we'll find out who fired Jeremy Renner and why everyone wants him back as Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why was Jeremy Renner in such a bad mood? Hawkeye's position has been terminated? What occurred between Jeremy Renner and Marvel in reality? What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Celebrity Overload. So many allegations, charges and lawsuits have been levelled against Jeremy Renner, but what is the reality? Will Jeremy Renner return to the MCU? Will Jeremy Renner be in the MCU after Hawkeye? To discover, watch this video. In addition to the Bourne Legacy, The Avengers, Wind River and Dharma, Jeremy Renner has had a successful acting career, appearing in a number of well-known films and television programs. He was most recently cast as Clint Barton in Hawkeye, a Marvel Cinematic Universe miniseries that will debut on Disney Plus this week. According to Collider, the series picks up after Avengers Endgame, which was released in 2019, and leaves Renner's character in a dark place of loss and retribution. In Hawkeye, fans will witness Barton from a bond with Kate Bishop, who is portrayed by Hailee Steinfeld. Renner claimed in a July interview with Entertainment Weekly that he felt compelled to assist the younger actor. He said, "I simply wanted to protect her since there's a lot of physical things. Renner was the perfect guy for the part, and not only because of his kind heart." Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige told the New York Times that Renner could remain grounded despite the craziness around him, and still have a sardonic sense of humour while doing it. Renner is just pleased that his character has evolved into a three-dimensional figure who he likes portraying. Renner has had to make compromising in order to meet the demands for his job, which has led him to establishing limits with his supervisors. Renner has had one very critical requirement when it comes to the MCU obligations, and he wasn't scared to be fired over it. This is more important to Jeremy Renner than being a superhero. Even more than being a superhero, Jeremy Renner prioritises being a father to his daughter, Ava. In November, the two-time Oscar nominee told Men's Health that he threatened to fire his Marvel superiors if he didn't get the time off. He needed to be with his daughter during discussions of a few years ago. Renner's answer, despite some warnings that he was risking his job by seeking a flexible schedule, was, "Please recast me. My daughter and I will be present." Due to the little amount of time he spent with Ava during her early years, the Hawkeye actor is shameless in his expectations. His regret at not being able to watch her grow up fueled his determination to say from the start that he needed time off every weekend, regardless of the project, to visit her. He intends to keep up the routine until Ava says, "I want to hang out with my friends and I don't want to be around you so much, Daddy," he adds. The actor's affection for his daughter is well known. He often posts images of them together on social media, but he is cautious not to display her face directly. Renner sent a sweet homage to Ava on Father's Day in 2018, saying, "This is why being a father is the best role I will ever receive," accompanying a picture of her painting as he squatted behind her. Hawkeye is the 6th installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe small screen slate on Disney Plus, and it will see Clint Barton, played by Jeremy Renner, return. Clint will link up with teenage archer Kate Bishop, portrayed by Hailee Steinfeld, in the new series directed by Rhys Thomas and Bear and Bertie. The plot of the series is still being kept under wraps, but Marvel Studios has already stated that it will have a festive flavour since it will be set in New York City over the Christmas season. Renner first appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on 2011's Thor, where he played a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Following a modest appearance in the Chris Hemsworth-led film, the Marvel actor reprised his role as one of the founding Avengers in many more MCU films, including 2012's The Avengers, 2015's Age of Ultron, 2016's Captain America Civil War, and 2019 Avengers Endgame. Renner hasn't had the opportunity to shine in his own project despite starring in the MCU big events, but that will change when Hawkeye comes to Disney's streaming service. Looking forward, it's unclear what Renner's Marvel future holds, but a recent interview might offer some light on the matter. Jeremy Renner teases the Marvel Cinematic Universe's future. After Hawkeye's 6-part tale, Jeremy Renner, who portrays Clint Barton in the MCU, sat down with Games Radar Plus to tease his MCU future. Renner acknowledged that he is dubious about returning for additional projects, claiming that he lacks a crystal ball to predict what will happen next. Nonetheless, the Marvel star teased that Hawkeye's 6th episode will be quite exciting. I'm not a soothsayer since I don't have a crystal ball, but with Haley and these people, I believe it opens up the possibility of 6 terrific episodes for this sort of event programming. After that, I'm not sure. However, these 6 episodes are rather thrilling. Haley Steinfeld, who portrays Kate Bishop in the series, has likewise been tight-lipped about her future, implying that Hawkeye is only the starting of her story. Following ex-wife claims, Disney contemplated replacing Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In a recent custody case, an actor is accused of threatening to murder his ex-wife. After Jeremy Renner was accused of threatening to murder his ex-wife in a fresh court suite, Disney allegedly pondered replacing him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The company is believed to have considered possibilities in case it was decided to cast someone else in the role, according to many well-known Hollywood scoopers, including Daniel RPK. Sonny Pacheco, who married and divorced the actor in 2014, made the charges against Renner in fresh documents filed as part of a custody fight over their 6-year-old daughter, according to TMZ. In the affidavits, Pacheco makes various allegations against Renner, including that he threatened to murder her and himself. Renner reportedly placed a pistol in his mouth and threatened to kill himself before firing the ceiling, according to her. The charges have been refuted by Renner. Pacheco is described as an unstable liar in the papers obtained by TMZ and submitted by the actor's attorney. The court will have to rule on this. It's vital to remember that Miss Pacheco's confession is a one-sided narrative written with a particular objective in mind. Despite reports that Disney pondered hiring someone else, it's thought that executive opted against it and that Renner would be able to star in future Marvel projects. He'll also be the executive producer of a new Disney Plus TV program centered on his character and Kate Bishop, a young girl he's training to be the next Hawkeye. Recent and possible true factors that perfectly align with Jeremy Renner's MCU cancellations. Fantastic Father. This happy ending begins with the birth of Jeremy Renner's first daughter, which was his role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe up until that point. Jeremy Renner became a parent for the first time. He wanted to spend time with his daughter. However, things get tricky when he requests that he can be replaced if Marvel Studio is unable to rearrange his work according to his wishes. What precisely did he say? It taught me how to have the courage to say, "Everyone, f*** off," he remarked. "It's time for me to spend time with my kid." What are the chances of Jeremy Renner's role as Clint Barton in Hawkeye being restored? This is exactly what the audience wants. This provides us a hint of Jeremy's future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as his old and gold persona. This is what the audience would not like to go further with and accept him as their hero regardless of what Sonny demanded against him. As a result, this is the moment at which inquiries finish and the employment process on behalf of fans begins. Now we want to know what you think. What is the reality? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe to our channel to watch more fantastic videos like this. Until next time. And if you thought that was crazy, wait until you watch this.